Hello everybody, MicroSpecGamer here. So today I'll be discussing about the medic's weapons and where will I put it in this tier list. I did one for the scout before and not for the medic, just because I think he's the most important character in the game. Like a hero is usually, a supporter is usually more important than most other classes. Of course you need the firepower and the defense, but without a proper medic or a backbone of the team, which is the medic, you're most likely going to lose if you fight another medic or another team with a medic and you don't even have a medic. So first of all, I'm going to be discussing, there's two overpowered, pretty good, okay, meh, and underpowered. So there's the Vitasaw, and a Vitasaw, I'll place it at okay. It got buffed, but I think it's still underpowered compared to some of the alternate ones. It is definitely better. It was kind of underpowered before the buff, but now you can technically get uber quickly with it, but you do have to be more aggressive. And the health penalty is still a big hit on the medic. 150 health is crucial for a medic, and you do need that survivability, which is why I put it on okay. Then we have the Sullen Vo, and this one, it was nerfed a bit. I mean, I would have put it at pretty good, but I think it's in the same area. It's pretty useful. You can see the enemy health, so you can just tell your teammates if you can take them or not. Most of the time, though, it's not that useful. Maybe against other medics, or maybe a weakened enemy, which you know you can take them on. Maybe a spy. So it's going to be more of a good utility, but not really as a weapon itself, since it has a 10% slower attacking speed. Then we have the basic one, and this sadly is, I would put it on meh. Like almost every option is better in this one. I know that some of them have like a weird downside or a very small downside, but this one almost has no utility. Plus, you do hit faster, but you're sacrificing utility for just more speed. And sure, you can kill spies faster, but you're not going to gain any. There's no risk. I mean, there's no reward for the risk. Using melee as a medic is pretty risky. Then we have probably one of the more useful ones, and medieval mode, and the Amputator. The Amputator is, I would say, pretty good. If you cannot heal everyone at the same time, you do have this one. And medieval mode, I would put it a pretty good or two overpowered, because it is one of the best ones. Also, the medic has better regenerative abilities, which means he can regenerate far faster. You do sacrifice 20% damage, but the damage penalty isn't too bad, since you should not even melee as a weapon as a medic to begin with, unless if you want to take that risk. Plus, medic is more of a passive class than anything else. I mean, you can be a battle medic, but it is risky. Then we have the Ubersaw. This one, way too good. I would say it completely destroys everything here out of the park. All the melee weapons, just too good. 25% Uber and per hit. That's way too much, I think. But it is still one of the best. It is risk taking. You have a slower hitting speed, but it is worth the risk. Like, you can hit spy 4 times. Sadly, the sky spies do not give you Uber, but if you manage to hit them, it's worth the risk, and you can get Uber pretty quickly. Best used with the stock Medi Gun. Then we have the Crusaders Crossbow, and this one, also a top tier weapon, better than any of the other primaries he has. You can heal people from afar. It heals far faster than any Medi Gun, and it does burst healing, so there's no other reason to use the other weapons here. I can just tell you that. Stock. Okay, the stock. I don't know where to put this one, honestly. The stock Syringe Gun. It's pretty good, but I think it's okay, more on the okay side. If you have good projectile aim, you can definitely kill a heavy pretty quickly with it, faster than a pyro, which is pretty interesting. But Medic does have, I think Medic does have a higher DPS than Pyro, although it's pretty hard to hit with the projectiles of this one. Then we have the Overdose, and it's pretty good. I would say this is probably the second best, just because you can gain more speed. You can be almost as fast as a scout, but you have to have full Uber. This is more like a good escape plan, like I guess a worse version of escape plan, but I guess safer as well because you can actually hit people with it, and you should not try to kill anyone with it. It's pretty risky. The Sagger. Sagger is a bit lower in my opinion. It's still, these two options are still better than the stock Syringe Gun, just because this one you can heal so far faster, and if you only want to be, I guess, a battle medic, this one will be a second better choice, but honestly the crossbow just destroys all of them out of the park. Now for the Medi Guns. Where would I put this one? I don't even know where. Pretty good. I put it at pretty good because all of them are pretty good. This one, you can pretty much overpower it. The Ubers far faster than the rest of them, aside from the Vaccinator. And the Krieg is, how would I describe it? It gives you more power, but also it's pretty risky because you can still die. I mean, your enemies are still mortal, so you can still kill them. But it really depends if you can Ubercharge faster than the other medic, which is why it does have a quicker Ubercharge rate. So the next one is the stock Medi Gun, easily above the rest of them for many reasons. Stock Medi Gun is always the best one in my opinion. Like these three, this is like the best set for medic. You cannot say anything otherwise because I've played medic so many times. Almost every pro medic uses this loadout right here. Just too good. You get a quick Uber with the Ubersaw, and then you just mow everybody down. You have only a few counters. Holy punch heavy, which, I mean, how would a heavy sneak up on you? You should have full awareness. And like a Pyro, those are like the two counters. Pyro and Holy punch heavy. How can, like, there's almost no counter to the stock Medi Gun. Aside from a bit the Krieg, which is why it does charge faster. You're supposed to Uber faster so you don't get the Uber charge on a Medi Gun. So the quick fix. It's definitely better in casual. It heals people fast and it makes you immune to knockback when you Uber. And also you can fight with your Demoman and Soldier. So this is more of a mobility weapon. And it's very good to heal. It heals people far faster. I think it was also in this range right here. Slightly faster Uber rate than the stock Medi Gun, but not the Krieg. And I'll just put it here. It's pretty good for casual. But you can still die, and it does have less overheal. So the Vaccinator, I'll put it here, just because if you guys know how to use it, Vaccinator, it has high potential, high skill ceiling. In 1 versus 3 though, if you have a demo and a scout fighting you, you're pretty much screwed. Demo Knights are pretty much one of their biggest counters because they don't have any resistance to melee. So just watch out for those guys and try to have only 1 versus 1 plus you on the side because you have to heal them constantly. But this is also the best Medi Gun against aimbotters. So that'll be the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and tell me what do you think. Like, was this a good list? Honestly, I feel like I did pretty well, like on counting which one is the best one here. Medic doesn't have many weapons, unfortunately. I kind of wish he did have more. But I think this is pretty much very accurate. Vaccinator is definitely one of the only weapons here that I would say is... So when I say too overpowered, I don't mean that they're actually overpowered. They're more just... They completely make these guys obsolete. Like, you don't really need a situation with the Solomon Bow most of the time, and because you have to have it out to even see... Actually, I might have to check on that, but you might have to have it out to see the enemy's health. If that's actually a passive, this might be a bit higher in the list. So you can use the Medi Gun while you can see other enemies' health. That would make this weapon far more valuable than what it is right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bells for more videos like these. And for the next list, we'll see. I'm going to make a series of it and see which one I choose next. See ya guys on the next video. Bye bye.